Today, you are going to learn 3 keys on achieving peak productivity. Enclosed with my contact information, would love to connect with each and every one of you. And if you have any other questions, please feel free to reach out. If you have Twitter, please feel free to tweet throughout this presentation. You can use @MariaMattarelli or #peakproductivity. And I would like to go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and raffle off 5 copies of my latest book to 5 people that do tweet throughout the session. So please feel free to tweet throughout the webinar. So today, you're going to learn about productivity. How would you like to increase the productivity that you have every day? How would you like to get more done? What about having your team get more done? What if you could work with more customers? Things that we're going to talk about. As we go through each and every day, what's the difference between being productive and just being active? Discover 3 keys on how to be productive, not active. Also, how to tap into what really motivates people. How to effectively get more done in less time. Well, why do I need to increase my productivity? Maybe things are going just fine the way that they are. Well, I think than ever before to be more productive and not just active, because there's so much that happens every single day. As we try to keep up with market trends, technology, everything around us seems like it's going faster. When you stay so full with the same routine, are you really living? What if you could just get more things time and then take that extra time to really enjoy life more? A good friend of mine, Nick Cementa, he says that there's 2 main things in life. When you look at time and money, they're both interchangeable, but only one is irreplaceable. Because it's spent, you can't get it back. How are you time every day? Do you find yourself busy? Do you find yourself going from meeting to meeting to meeting? I know I do. It's a challenge. We schedule our daily activities so that it's so full that we're literally running from one thing to the next. Really great is if we could slow down, build in a little bit more time into our day for things that are more important rather than just running mindlessly from one thing to the next. Imagine if you had all that you needed, you could solely worked on. And 6 months from today, through your day, you're no longer rushing from meeting to meeting to meeting. You're that you want to do. You're working on projects that you find fulfilling. Possible. It's possible to change from jam-packing your schedule with a bunch of activity, a bunch of stuff that keeps you pretty busy, and really place your focus on things that get the results that you find more fulfilling, that are impactful, and really enjoy every minute of every day. Today you'll learn about 3 keys to being more productive. And these are things that we'll talk about that we've consulted Fortune 100 companies to get better results. Why learn from your own mistakes when you can learn from others? Why not leverage good practices that many other companies are using all throughout the world? Learn those perils to avoid. But more importantly, become aware of what your habits are, of things that you can do differently, and learn specific techniques of things that you can do to be more productive rather than just active. I'd like to a little bit more about my background. I'm Mattarelli, and I grew up in Central Illinois. I spent the last couple of years living downtown Chicago, and I've been traveling quite a bit lately, working with different organizations, really looking at how I can make an impact. Back up a little bit. The company that I worked for, one of my first jobs out of college, Fortune 50 company, systems technology department, and I was managing $5 million projects a year. So I had this budget. It was the enterprise server release, Windows and Unix server upgrades. And what I found was that as we planned out this work, and as we were executing the plan, updating the status every week, it felt like it was just business as usual. We're just going through the motions, And, I mean, we're doing stuff, we're adding value, but we probably weren't the most efficient. We spent the next couple of years looking at how to streamline that process. And I was able to reduce our budget from $3 million a year to it only cost us $1.5 million a year. That's incredible because this was like service work. It was projects, but it was something that had to happen every single year. We were able to increase from 2 releases to 3 a year, become more efficient, have better value delivered more frequently, and really be more efficient in the way that we worked. We were then able to streamline the process further, and we were able to outsource that work, freeing up the people at the company's corporate headquarters to work on more strategic work. Rather than just going through the same project task list over and over again, we're able to be more productive in the way that we allocated our time. That we could do so much more with our capabilities once we were able to standardize the processes of what we were doing. A couple of years. And that was a pretty good feat to reduce the cost, to be able to add more value. But I found myself personally as a project manager feeling like there was a lot more that I could offer. Feeling like just planning out a project, taking about 6 weeks to plan out the project schedule, and then meet once a week to update the status, with a bunch of other meetings in between, I found that that wasn't the most fulfilling thing. I felt like I was pushing paper around, but I couldn't really see the impact of it. So struggling to feel like I was really adding value. I mean, don't get me wrong, I was doing stuff. I was billing hours. I was planning stuff. We were getting work done, but I couldn't truly see the impact. The meeting ended, and I was still in the meeting. There, slowly packing up his laptop, and I felt like it was a pretty efficient meeting. You know, we got some good stuff planned, good stuff done. If I would be open to some feedback. Sure. Now, with this particular team, there was some work that we would push out every single week because we have this plan, we have these milestones, but we didn't always achieve those things by the date. With management, I really wanted us to achieve everything by the planned date. It kind of frustrated me when we didn't, in fact. Wanted to meet each milestone. Didn't want to push that out. She said, Maria, you're new here. You're sprinting. We're here running in this race here for about 15 to 20 years. We can't sprint anymore. In fact, sometimes we jog, but often we walk. We just can't run the distance for that long. So, to really be effective and work with the teams, you might want to take that into consideration and maybe jog at our pace. You're really pushing for us to work faster and get these milestones done and really just keep up this fast pace. But you see, we've been doing this 20 years and we just can't keep that pace for a long duration of time. I said, okay, I see what you're saying. I still felt like we could achieve more. I felt like it was possible to get more done, and I still felt like I wasn't making that much of an impact. Really insightful to think about the context of other people around me and not just my personal ambition, because I was